working at Rockdale in 2011.
Yeah, that's correct.
And in 2012, that's when Cameron Poole started working at Rockdale.
Yeah, that's right.
Cameron Poole, he was working in the ticket booth.
Yep.
And Cameron Poole, he came up with this wristband scheme, isn't that right?
Yes.
Now, when he came up with that wristband scheme, he told you how he was going to steal money from Rockdale, isn't that right?
Yeah, he kind of explained how he got these fake wristbands.
So you knew of the scheme.
Yes, I did.
And you didn't tell anybody.
No, I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
You didn't tell the park's owner that somebody was stealing from the park.
Your Honor, we just ask that the witness is permitted to finish his answers.
Okay.
You didn't tell the park's owner that Cameron Poole, your friend, was stealing from the park.
I didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't want to rat out my friend. I didn't think anybody was going to get hurt.
Mr. Bowman, my questions can be answered by simply yes or no. You didn't tell the park's owner that Cameron Poole was stealing from his park, yes or no?
I didn't tell anybody. No.
You didn't tell the police officer, did you?
What?
On August 30th, 2012, when you were questioned by the police, you never told the officer that Cameron Poole had been stealing from Rockdale.
No, I couldn't even, no different than Rory, I couldn't even answer my question. It's a question.
Mr. Bowman, you saw these wristbands, the fake wristbands, didn't you? Over the park, over the summer of 2012?
Yeah, Cameron showed them to me real early in the summer.
So you knew about the scheme, you actually touched these wristbands,
Yes, I did.
you used these wristbands.
I didn't sell any.
They weren't just Cameron Poole's wristbands, they were also your wristbands, isn't that right?
Not in that context, though. I just didn't tell anybody, so I take ownership over it.
So you would say, in your own words, they were our version of the World Tour wristbands, your and Cameron's versions, correct?
Yes.
Now, on August 30th, 2012, you and Cameron Poole, you guys came to the park together that morning, isn't that right?
Yeah, everybody shows up at the park at the same time. That's what I always.
Mr. Bowman, you got nervous because you saw J.C. Longstreet in the ticket booth, where Cameron Poole was supposed to be at.
That's right. JC's never waiting in the ticket booth like that.
So you went to your ride to start the day.
That's correct.
And you actually got a text message from Cameron Poole, isn't that right?
That's right.
And he wanted you to let him in to the park.
That's right.
Now, you knew you weren't supposed to let him in,
Yes.
but you went to the back door of the Tunnel of Terror and you let Cameron Poole into the park.
Yeah, just because I wanted to just free my hands of it. I didn't want anything to do with it.
And Cameron Poole, he let you know that Longstreet was on to your guys' plan.
He let me know that he was on that wristband scheme, not my plan.
Right, Mr. Bowman, and that's when you asked Cameron Poole, what are we going to do? Yes or no?
In reference to the wristbands and getting the wristbands out of the park, yes.
Later on that night, Rockdale Road was robbed, yes or no?
Yes, it was, but by Cameron, not by me.
Mr. Bowman, on August 30th, 2012, that night you were working the Tunnel of Terror, isn't that right?
That's correct.
That's when the commotion happened.
Yeah.
You saw Cameron Poole being chased by Officer Thomas,
Yeah, and Officer Thomas had his gun out.
and together they ran to your moving ride.
After the gun was shot at me, yes.
And you were in charge of operating that ride at that time.
Yes, it was.
And while you were operating that ride, Cameron Poole, he escaped through that back door.
After I was shot at, yes, he did.
And Winston Thomas, he was hit by the ride that you were operating. Isn't that right?
Yes, he was.
Now, after this whole entire incident, you were interviewed by the police, Detective Kimball, right?
I was.
Now, you actually lied to the police, isn't that right?
I just didn't want to get in trouble.
So that's a yes, you lied to the police.
It's a yes.
You told Detective Kimball that you never knew Cameron Poole before you started working at Rockdale Road, isn't that right?
That's right.
So that was the first lie. Then you told Detective Kimball that you never even heard a gunshot. Isn't that right?
didn't want anybody to get in trouble, I just didn't want anything to do with it.
So that's a yes, you told Detective Kimball you didn't hear a gunshot.
That's right.
So that was lie number two. That was lie number two.
Yes, it was.
In fact, you were in today's court and you heard everybody testify today, isn't that right?
Yes.
And you heard J.C. Longstreet, your former boss, say that you were never supposed to work that ride ever again.
That was a lie. That was not the truth. I always switched rides.
So now, J.C. Longstreet was wrong?
Yes, he was.
Well, you were in court today when you heard Rory Shelton say that you gave Cameron Poole a knife on August 30th, 2012. Isn't that right?
Yes.
If that was true, you gave Cameron Poole a knife, didn't you?
No, I did not.
So now, Rory Shelton is lying. Is that what you're saying?
Rory just wants Longstreet to like it. You also heard that.
Now, you were also in court today when you heard Tyler Hartman say that when she got onto the ride, she heard a gunshot first, and then the ride started. Isn't that right?
That's not true at all.
Now, Tyler Hartman is lying. Is that your testimony today?
Tyler Hartman also said that everything happened within 1 second of each other.
Mr. Bowman, so you're saying that Tyler Hartman is lying now?
I'm saying Tyler Hartman misconstrued everything that happened within 1 second.
So you lied to the police.
Objection, Your Honor, asked and answered.
Like, yeah, it's kind of answer.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll move on. Now, on August 30th, you were working the ride to Salon Terra, correct?
Objection, asked
No.
and answered.
You know how to operate that ride, right?
Yeah, work all the rides.
If I showed you a control panel, you would recognize the hearing today?
Of course.
I'm showing opposing counsel has previously been entered into evidence as defense exhibit C or 2.
Your Honor, we just asked that the evidence that has been entered be used for reference.
May I retrieve evidence that's already been entered?
Hold on 1 second. Is it the same picture?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then yes, you can just retrieve that one.
Thank you. May I approach you with witness. That's a fair and accurate copy of the control panel for the tunnel material.
Yes, it is.
And this is the exact same copy of Defense Exhibit 1.
That's correct. Yeah.
Now, Mr. Bowman, to operate this ride, you press the green button to start the ride, yes?
Yes.
You press the red button to stop the ride.
Yes.
Under any circumstances, those are the only 2 functions that you are ever supposed to use as a ride operator. Isn't that right?
That is correct.
No, and this blue lever down here, that's for maintenance only, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's what they tell us.
If you ever pull this lever, the lights go out in the ride.
You can actually push it too. It's just you even bump it, the lights go out.
The lights go out in the ride, it keeps moving.
That's correct.
Now, August 30th, 2012, when Officer Thomas was approaching your ride, you pulled this blue lever, yes or no?
No,
You didn't pull this blue lever?
not when Officer Thomas was approaching the ride.
When Cameron Poole and Officer Thomas were being chased, they were coming towards your ride. Your ride went into blackout mode, isn't that true?
My ride went into blackout mode after a shot was fired at me and I sprang back out to try to turn the ride on.
You tried to push this red button, you're saying that you pulled this blue lever, yes or no?
I'm saying I hit the blue lever.
You hit the blue lever, and under any circumstances, you were never supposed to pull this blue lever, under any circumstances, isn't that right?
No, but when you're right-handed and you go like this, your elbow hits things. And when I thought I hit the off switch, I hit the lever.
Motion to strike is not responsive.
No, that's completely responsible.
Now, you pulled this blue lever, yes or no?
I accidentally hit the lever, yes.
Thank
we asked that opposing counsel to leave up the picture.
Oh.
Just to,
For redirect?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay.